The dot plots describe the test scores of students in Mr. Miller's first period and third period classes. Don't skip reading that information at the beginning. Sometimes it gives you important stuff. Which of the following is the best comparison? We are looking for true. Both the range and the median test scores are greater for the first period class than for the third period class. Well, range is how far apart it is. So for the first period class, our range looks like it's 96 minus 52. Which is 44. For the second period class, range looks like it's 94 minus 54, which would be 40. So look, we've got a little bit of a difference already. So both the range and the median scores are greater for first period. Well, it's true for the range. Where's the median? Right? So which median is greater? Is that first period? No. So this A is only half true. The range is greater, but not the median. B says the range is greater for third period class, while the median test score is greater for first period class. Well, where did we say which range was greater? Right? So you already know B is not true. So C says the range is the same for both classes, while the median test score is greater for the first period class. D says the range is greater for the first period class, true, while the median test score is greater for the third period class. All right, make your decision. The box plot compares the quiz scores of two math classes. Which statement does not correctly compare the data? We are looking for false on this one. So A says the interquartile range is the same for both classes. Remember, that's the box. And the range is the subtraction. So that's the biggest number in the box minus the smallest number in the box. So the interquartile range for second period is 7. Interquartile range for first period, well, that's going to be 17 minus 10. Right? It's also 7. So A is true, which means it's not our answer. The lowest score for the second period class is less than the lowest score for the first period class. So lowest score is right here. Which one is less? The range is the same for both classes. That's not the same as interquartile. The regular range is the greatest minus the least. So for second period, the range looks like maybe 19 minus 6. And for first period, it looks like 20 minus 8. And D says the median for the second period class is greater than the median for the first period class. So you got to look at the medians and find out which one is true. So remember, you're looking for the false statement on that one. Right, number 3 says the college registrar used a compound box plot to show the females and male registration numbers in 100 college classes. The registrar, fancy name, it's the person that signs you up for classes. And it's like our attendance clerk here at school, like Mrs. Bates. Based on the information in the box plots, which of the following is true? There are an equal number of males and females in each college class. Well, can you tell? No. You can't even tell if that's true. The difference between the interquartile ranges for females and males is 5 students. Well, let's look. Female interquartile range is 35 minus 10. The male interquartile range is 30 minus 10. So find the interquartile range for the males and decide if B is true. C says the interquartile range for females in college classes is 35 students. Well, that's the upper quartile, but that's not the range. And D says the median for the number of males in a college class is 20 students. So remember, this is your median. Number 4 says Team A and Team B recorded the number of runs scored during each game of the baseball season. The double box plot compares the performance of the two baseball teams. Which of the following inferences can be made based on the double box plot? Inference is a word you hear in reading a lot, right? You read something and it says, they ask, what can you infer? You can infer somebody's happy or sad. It's taking what you know and the information they give you and then making decisions, filling in the blanks. Team A scored 8 more runs per game in exactly 50% of the games played this season. Now we said in between each dot was 25%. So 50% would be 2 sections. You would have a dot, and a dot. It's really hard to tell 8 or more runs per game in exactly 50% of the game. So 8 or more runs right here. That's one section. That's 25%. Is the whole section here above 8? I don't think so. I think the whole thing would have to be 8 or more, because each section is 25. So from here to here is 25. From here to here is 25. Here to here is 25. And here to here is 25. 8 or more would mean two 25s above 8, and I don't see that. Team A and B have the same median. Remember, these are your medians. Team B scored more than 6 runs in exactly 50% of the games played this season. So 6 runs, 50%, that's three sections. Remember, this is 20, 25, 25, 25, and 25. Right here is 6. So exactly 50% is above 6. And D says the interquartile range for A and B are equal. So interquartile range, you have to subtract the top number in the box minus the bottom number in the box. So for team A, the interquartile range is 8.5 minus 5. And for team B, you're going to subtract this number, I would call that 9.5, and this number,